We've got our overheat light buzzer going off, so it's a huge problem.
When we left you at the end of our last episode, we had to limp back to the Marmaris Yacht Marine because we were having some white exhaust coming out of our engine.
I will admit that I'm having some moments this evening myself of trepidation, like maybe we should even hire a skipper to help us figure out some of this stuff before we just go on our own. But
Mom, we should hire Captain Ron.
I should show you that everyone is still alive and on the boat enjoying their dinner.
So this is a look at our engine room and our starboard side, and this is our heat exchanger. You've got salt water from the sea coming in. It comes in from a line out of the sail drive down below, and we've got good water flow there. We've got a good impeller, so that's not our problem. We had our coolant reserve tank was empty, and when I refilled it with fresh coolant, we saw green liquid coming out of the drain, out of the exhaust, and that tells us that we've got a leak in the heat exchanger. So I had a friend from the marina come in, take a look, and explain some things to me. And there is something special about having a couple of sailors get together and talk things over in the engine room of a boat. But even with a seasoned sailor's expertise, I don't feel comfortable working on this one myself. I'm calling in the experts, and hopefully everything will go well. So he was very quick. In about 20 minutes, he did what I was anticipating it would take me about 2 hours, because he knew the exact sequence of what to disconnect in first, second, third. And ultimately, he ended up taking out this whole manifold, which is the heat exchange manifold. Water cycles through the engine on one loop, and water cycles from the seawater on another loop to cool. And somewhere between the two, we've got a leak. So I'm thinking now he's going to take all this back to the shop, take it apart, rebuild it, and then put it back together, bring it back and install it.
Yay! Thank you!
About 2 months before we bought our boat in Turkey, I come out to do a survey, and I hired a professional inspector who was actually certified in the UK and did a lot of work in Turkey. I sought out an English-speaking inspector intentionally because I wanted to make sure there was no miscommunication about any issues that we might find with the boat. And through our yacht broker in Marmaris, Gino Group, and the management company that had been taking care of the boat, SK Yachting, got together, did the inspection and survey. During that time, we did a sea trial. Unfortunately, on the very first shakeout tour that we did, just going over to the customs harbor, we found some new problems. In retrospect, those problems were totally reasonable. The inspector did exactly what he was supposed to do. It's just the nature of boating. You're going to have problems all the time.
Since our heat exchange is out for service and our shakeout tour was postponed, we decided to continue with all of our planned boat work. Daddy got our washing machine project going. We scheduled the water maker install. We also installed a TV. And we had a dinghy cover made.
It's our first family trip in the dinghy. We're taking it over to meet our dinghy cover maker. Dinghy is PVC, which means it's not going to last very long in the hot beating sun. So we are going to get a dinghy cover made for it. We have made it to Joya Marina to have our dinghy dropped off for its fancy new dinghy cover. and we've been kind of wandering around. It is incredibly beautiful. As we were about to give up hope, here comes a van.
All right, how many millimeters are in a meter?
1,000.
How many centimeters are in a meter?
100.
How many decimeters are in a meter?
10. Nope.
Who's got the best school in the world?
Hopewell.
No, we do, right here. So this is a pretty beautiful place, right? So what about that island? Did you want to go there?
Yeah.
I think when we're all done, this might be a 3-mile hike, maybe 2 miles. Look right over there is where we left the dinghy. You can see we crossed the bay. Now we're going up and around. What have we found?
There's a turtle.
Oh, cool. Is he going for it? He might be afraid of us.
I touched a shell.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty cool turtle.
The turtle's eating stuff out of our hands.
He likes the flowers.
Oh, there he goes. Wow, he's really chowing. All right, guys, I think we gotta move on.
Keep it going.
Say goodbye, turtle. The biggest dandelion ever.
Ever.
But I can't. Pick it.
Oh, and there goes. No more puffs.
Ready?
So how was the walk, Jess?
It was good. It was nice.
And here we are. We made it back to Marmaris Yacht Marine.
It's so good to my body. It's so painful to my legs.
Okay, here come the kids. Running through the boatyard. Spent a day running around town doing errands. We now have on board a wash machine.
Is this yours?
The most narrow wash machine I've ever seen. It's exactly 41.5 centimeters deep. Doorways are 42 centimeters wide, but we should be able to get it into the shower. Then we have the task of getting set up for plumbing, drainage,
Sophia, this yours?
and electricity. And it was quite a journey because I brought it in on a bus. So I had the men from the store load it on the bus for me. Then I drug it off the bus. Then I borrowed a cart from some friends at the marina. I wheeled it across the boatyard into the marina to the boat. And then we had to walk it across the passerelle, which was scary.
Tearing out the quote-unquote cabinet, if it even qualifies as that. It's so small. So that we can look at the plumbing for my washing machine. It looks like a calm and lovely day. And then we discovered Asher's swimsuit had blown overboard, so we sent them over with the boat hook.
As it's sinking.
It is sinking! Oh no, it's sinking! This is the SK crew helping Asher out. The SK diver has gone to look for the swimming suit. The Spider-Man saved. Yay! Woohoo! Thank you! The diver saved the Spider-Man swim trunks. What you doing?
I'm just making a stand for the wash machine.
All right,
Picture.
Smasher.
So, I just completely, totally fell right here. I don't like this window anymore. Mama used
Asher was trying to pull a towel down from here.
I was thinking that the window was closed or not even thinking that it was there. And the screen completely fell over and I landed on the bed and then rolled onto the floor.
Here's the worst of it. Turn around a little bit, bud. Now, I'm just going to point out that all week, what have we been telling you, Sophia, about windows?
Don't step on the window.
I tied together some sticks
Literally has used zip ties to tie together
because I can't find any screws.
our washing machine base.
Well, and hopefully it won't matter. We have some giddy, tired children tonight.
We're a little slab happy.
Yes! Yes! So excited, I died on her.
We decided to come check out cafeteria's breakfast early in the morning. Sophia's been dying to check it out. I couldn't hear you over the bird.
It's pretty cool.
Oh. And what is a typical Turkish breakfast?
Tomatoes, olives, and eggs. Bread, eggs,
Hard-boiled egg,
chili, and
cheese.
Sophia's talking to the bird. You love the bird? The boat is a total mess today because we're just doing all kinds of projects, including repairing engine, installing a water maker,
I had to go under
and
the bed.
running tubes to the water tank.
Salchuk, and he is installing our water make. And a water maker will take the nasty seawater and turn it into fresh, good water. Oh yeah!
Not yet.
Here you go, Nick. A cup for the first refreshing taste of water. It has been desalinated.
Oh, it's still yellow a little bit.
Oh no, don't taste it.
Wow.
Never drink yellow water.
It's a little like filter.
Yellow water?
Better. Getting better.
Try
So I'm taking the first few sips from the water.
It's
Each
yellow.
time I try it, it gets a little better. Pressure should be 50.
But
And then
Close.
that's how you stop it. So now it's off.
no,
Now you push the
Open
wash.
When our heat exchange was put back in, water was discovered in our sail drives. Unfortunately, this meant that it's time for a haul out. The marina gave us a good deal since we were under contract, and it's a good opportunity to get a number of projects done on the hard. We put in stuff such as a dedicated through hull for our water maker. We put in our solar array, which we needed to weld, so it had to be done out of the water. We also painted our anchor chain, and we had our new folding props installed.
Alex, what do you think of all this?
It's very noisy and loud.
Noisy and loud? How you doing, Jess?
I'm fine. We made it over here safely, and now they're lifting the boat out again.
We launched in 15 to 20 knots of breeze, so we're doing all right. Okay. We're running around to see Jax is doing okay on the other side.
We forgot to get them out.
Jax is still in the boat. So you've got some buddies with you. What's that about?
If anything happens to the boat, I want them with me.
Yeah.
Anything grab Jax? Yeah, I'd rather have these on the boat than and have Jax on the
So we have been hauled out again. So I'm currently standing beneath our catamaran, and we're only supposed to be hauled out for the day. So I think they just wanted us convenient. But they found water in our sail drive, which is very bad. So when they discovered it while he was fixing our elbow that had basically rusted through our cast iron part. And in all fairness, the guys at SK did recommend we do it, and we didn't listen. We thought it was just done, so that it was fine.
10 months ago.
Yep, it was done 10 months ago, and so we thought, oh, it should last us a year or two. But apparently, the act of getting hauled out, being on the hard for a couple months, caused the seals to, I don't know, harden. So when we got put back in the water, it allowed water in. So either way, we figured a little peace of mind. Didn't realize we had our hull painted and anti-fouled, and it's not just painted, it's some sort of thick cover to tour the growth on the bottom of our boat. Figuring since we are hauled out, we are going to take some time and actually spray paint the anchor chain. We went through and put some plastic tabs on it. We've heard though these can get chewed up in the windlass, and as they were rolling by me, my eyeballs weren't quick enough to pick up on it. Okay, so we also have heard that putting vinegar on this galvanized chain is supposed to make the paint last longer on it. I guess we will see if that is true. We did not. I only say that for those of you that will say, did you put vinegar on your chain? And we will just say no. We unfortunately are on a limited time budget. We're supposed to get relaunched today. There goes the solar rack. We've been planning these projects for weeks, and finally they're coming together.
Playing the trombone. What's bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
You see it in proportion to other things, like cars.
Holy moly.
It's taller than the car. How's this thing look when it's in comparison to those cars next to it? He just barely missed that Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So very exciting. Our new anchor just came. Okay. All right, Nick, tell us about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop this down between the boat and dock because it's heavy. Make sure everything's clear.
Okay.
That's all we've got for you this episode. Join us next time as we order a new bowsprit and gennaker sail, and we head out on our first shakeout tour and make it to Simi. Looking at,
An octopus. Or a squid.
is that what he was just putting to sleep? Please be sure to subscribe.
Try it again. Then we got a water maker desalinator.
Then we got a water maker desalinator. Next, we got a bowsprit and a gennaker desalinator.